Hello to you, my fellow Dark Ones. How are you guys doing today? How's life? Last episode, we left everything at the Ashy Mining Bee. That is because we were waiting for a Nomad Bee to move in, and well, I already got it. So what is going to happen is that today we are going to have Supremium Essence and hopefully Advance, but there is one more thing that I want to do. There is a flower in Botania called the Marimorphosis. It's like the orchid, it converts stone into these things. Well, obviously we're not going to go with the pink one. I'm interested in this one. Nice. Apparently you don't read the G. I don't actually know, I just learned it from Ito when he was playing Terraformercraft. So the first thing that we need to do is to make a stone generator and not a cobblestone generator without burning ourselves. I do have two pistons pushing forward the stones. We need to activate them, so we shall have a hovering hourglass and just a bunch of redstone. Yeah, it does work. Every 4 seconds. We're getting stone, right? It's not cobblestone. Yeah, we're good. So we don't really want it to extend that much. It doesn't really matter. So obsidian. The range on the piston is 12 blocks, so we don't really want to go that far. But we can have our Marimorphosis over here. We should be able to provide it with some mana. And voila. That's the one that we're interested in. I like this one. So now we have the means of generating nice. How do we harvest it? At first I wanted to go with a Botania quarry because I thought it's fun, but yeah, I do have a problem with it. So instead we're going to try and use something that I always wanted to use, but I never got to. And that is a tiny planet. So we're going to have a composite lens. It's bore warp. Warp bore will not work. We are going to give it a teeny tiny bit of mana, and then we shall have the tiny planet like so. A hovering hourglass with, I don't know, 6 seconds. See what happens. It's actually quite cool. Come on, pulse. Yeah. It sends a mana burst and it harvests everything, including the obsidian. Timing is an issue. We can solve it easily. We just need to pump the stone a bit faster. Yeah, now it's fine. Oh. We got another Nomad Bee. Well, I do have the one, so we're fine. You go to hell. Anyways, that is one of the blocks that I needed. The second one is going to be mud, and we will automate it very soon, but there are a few things that I need. Wait a minute, isn't the planet supposed to be dead? What are you doing here? Anyways, let us try to get a teeny tiny bit more compressed iron. I hope that worked, yes. And what we want to do is to get into a teeny tiny bit of pneumatic craft so that we would be able to get some finished PCBs. At this very moment, our pneumatic craft setup is not going to be super fancy. I just have 2 air compressors, garbage versions, and we do have some security upgrades in each and every one of them, you know, so that things don't explode. I have also set up a thermopneumatic processing plant with some biodiesel inside, and we need to heat it up, okay? You can use the same wrench. We want to make it hot. Exactly. That's molten plastic. You do actually get a lot of plastic from that biodiesel, so we don't need that setup, ever. So the plastic that we got has to be cooled down. Well, there are a few ways of doing that, but we can also use a bucket, like so, and get plastic. We do actually need quite a bit of plastic, so this is not going to really pay off, but for the moment, that will do. What we want to do at this very moment is to get an Amadron tablet. So there you go. No, it's not better than villagers. With villagers, you can torment them. I mean, graciously trade with them. So let's charge up the tablet, and we do need to make a few purchases, so let's select a chest. I have some emeralds inside, and we shall order all the inscribers from Applied Energistics. That is 4. Obviously we need the assembly program, and we also need the PCB blueprint. Oh, we can buy sturdy bee cages. I didn't know that, but place order. The thief will come in, take our emeralds. What a jerk. And somebody should make a delivery one day. He's not a jerk. Thank you. Having the Amadron tablet is going to open up so many opportunities for us, and one of them is Applied Energistics. Even though I love Botania, I'm not a fan of typing everything. So I think what we're going to do is that first we get into Applied Energistics. For that we need to have a pressure chamber. Let's get more. The bigger the better. You see, this is my life. Oops. I made hoppers. Yes. So we need an interface. And we need a valve. Again, as I have already mentioned, it's not going to be a super fancy setup. We'll just set it up, I don't know, somewhere over here. And we are going to go with a 5x5. Where's the valve? So that is the valve. That is the 5x5 frame. We shall have our interfaces. That's the input. We don't want it to be input. We want it to be output. Like so. So for the moment, this will be the input. I'll get glasses. I had glasses on me. I'm an idiot. It's okay. But that should be our pressure chamber if nothing goes wrong and if I have enough blocks. Which I don't. Yeah, we're missing 2. I always forget that I have the assembly halo, so there you go. That's some tubes. And something like this should work. We're gaining pressure. We need more coal. This is a massive pressure chamber, so it will take ages to, gain pressure. We're at 0.01. It's okay, it will fill in. Wait a minute, did you know that you can make speed upgrades with just sugar? For pneumatic craft, I thought we have to get lubricant. So there you go, half a stack. Let's just give 4 to each one. And yeah, the pressure is rising. Let's give it 4 more. Oops, that's too much. 6. I think the only thing that we need from pneumatic craft in order to get into applied energistics is capacitors. We need it in order to make the annihilation core so that we can make the ME terminal, and that's it. And it just needs like 1 bar. So I already have all the garbage with me, let's dump them inside. The pressure will drop, but it's fine. We have speed upgrades. We can even put it on the hatch. Yeah. Also, the output is set on crafted, so only crafted items should be pumped out, meaning the capacitors. Oh, it's ready. Lovely. We have capacitors. We don't need the speed upgrades. I'm scared. Apparently, capacitors is a custom recipe that we need in order to get into applied energistics, but we also need Certus quartz. And that requires supremium. So that is going to be our next goal, and I'm almost prepared for it. I think in between the episodes, I have been doing some bee breeding. You might notice the nests. Come on, stop spawning. It could be a bit complicated, but let's get started. So first we are going to breed the redstone bee, and hopefully with some speed upgrades. Actually, we can take it from the centrifuge, it's fine. And also maybe from the hives. So that's the redstone bee. We put it inside the incubator so that it will grow up. Then I need the blue banded bee. If I'm not wrong, blue banded with redstone should give us lapis. The problem is that we need the experience bee, then we need to give it some sort of a TNT to make a creepy bee. To get the powdery comb in order to convert it into a block in order to make the creeper seed. So yeah, it's a teeny tiny bit involved. And now we need to wait for it to grow, and then we have to mix it with ender bee. I got one in a cage. It's a bit confusing. Let me finish up everything. And no, we don't need the experience bee at all, so we just need the one. Oh, blazing bee. Yes, yes, yes. The entire reason we had to wait. So it's magmatic and nomad. Yeah, blazing bee. Okay, we're good. I'll finish the rest. I got the blazing bee, and no, these guys, you know, the ashy mining bee does not accept these hives. I put one in there and I waited for like half an hour, nothing happened. So that's our blazing bee, we just need some combs, actually 4 to be exact. In the meantime, I think my diamond bee is also ready. Yes, fully grown. So that one with the slimy bee should give me emerald. Yeah, we're almost done. Ladies and gentlemen, after a ton of bee breeding, that is our experience bee. We just have to wait for it to grow. And that's it. You can take the speed upgrade. So I don't really know how this works. So here is our experience bee. Here is 1 TNT. Now you're creepy. And then we shall take you. I don't have redstone here, right? Nah, I don't think I do. It does either require a block of TNT or a block of gunpowder. If we don't have redstone, we should be fine. Do your thing. And don't explode. We're done with the bee breeding part. Now I need a crazy amount of Imperium. Well, you get the gist. Essences in general. The reason that I say I have to craft a lot and that's a big deal is that I think I have to craft it manually. Because I didn't find any solution to auto-craft with this, so what I do is just this. I put in 4 items and I click in the rest. It has been a while later, I have prepared all the recipes and we're just waiting for powdery comb. All we needed. Well, actually, we also ran out of living rock, so that's the new badge. And if I'm not wrong, we're actually quite ready. Let's craft it. That should be for the blazing seed. Oh yeah. Imperium. You know, I should have used a better mana spreader for this. But yeah, blazing seeds. This should be for gunpowder. Amazing. And this is the final one, endstone. If I'm not wrong, we should have everything to make the Imperium infusion crystal in order to get supremium. But we will see. Oh, we need to get the essences. Oops. Yeah, we will. I just need to grow some crops. Oh, and yeah, I have been breeding belladonnas. I will explain to you later. Oh, and by the way, I also made silver seeds, but I'm not sure if I did it last episode or in between the episodes. But yeah, you also need a silver essence. And as usual, I'm missing something. This is such a complicated one. That should be everything. Yes! Yeah, I really should change the mana spreader. Okay, so that's our infusion crystal, which is amazing. I don't really mind the quest for it because that should give us more Imperium. Actually, all of them give us Imperium. Let's take them. Yeah, that's plenty. Thank you. Wait a minute, I can make netherite seeds. Oh boy. Do I need that? No. Why would you need netherite? Oh, it gives you the ancient debris. Maybe I want it. Because I can make it. But in any case, our most important seeds that we want at this very moment are aluminium, which is surprisingly easy. And obviously Certus quartz, which is also surprisingly easy. How the hell do you make this? Ah, okay. Yeah, I even have all the runes. I just need the plastic, and I forgot where I put them. So we need 8 plastic, like so, and 1 bone meal. So there you go. That's it. Also, I have never ever used these things. What do they do? It's like Lego. That's it, okay. I thought it's something super fancy. I have wonderful news. I have changed the mana spreader. Now it's a Gaia one. Oh yeah, I should have done that way earlier. But that should be our Certus Quartz. Do I get more Supremium? Oh. So it's like craft 2, the third one is for free. I do like the concept. My fellow Dark Ones, it hasn't been a crazy amount of time later, but you might notice we have an expansion to our farm. Some of them are not even rendering. But yeah, I have 10, 10, 10, all the seeds, we have blazes, we have silver, we have aluminium, and that one is Certus Quartz. And way over in the back, we have ancient debris. I do have a feeling that the only seed which is left is actually lead. For that, what we needed was sulfur combs, which we have it. Okay. Thank you. But I'm tired of 10-10ing the crops. Let's get an applied energy 6 system. Sure, we need inscribers. Well, I guess we go with 8. Why not? I suppose we don't really need to have a controller in this mod pack, but that does require Skystone, which we don't have. Yeah, there was a typing issue. We have the one. But if you guys remember, we had an orchid underground, and that guy provided us with the single Skystone, so maybe there's more down there. I just want to know if I can make a controller, otherwise it doesn't really matter. Well, that's 2, 3, oh, and 4. Nice. Oh yeah, there's even extra. Okay, we needed the 4. Oh, there's way extra. I just fell down. I hate ladders. Although, to be very honest with you, I was not actually planning to use this shaft that much. Certus Quartz is something that we need in very large quantities immediately, so I have to use the watering can. It's not that horrifying, because I already wasted everything just to make silicon. But that is some Certus Quartz. Lovely. And if everything works, that should be our Fluix. Oh, it has to be charged. I'm an idiot. And yeah, with the teeny tiny boo-boo, that should be some charged Certus Quartz. I just made a charger. Lovely. Yes, that's the Fluix. Fluix doesn't have a seed, so we have to craft it every time. I'm going to crush half of them we're going to keep. That is our first ever processor, the engineering one. And again, if nothing is going to go wrong, that should be our controller. Yay! There's also this generator thing which we can craft, I think. It does give us a bit of power, so why the hell not? At least it's decent to get started with. We also need a ton of cables. I'll craft the garbage, don't you worry. Today is the day of advancements. I'm actually happy. And also, we need the capacitors. And yeah, I have made a teeny tiny boo-boo. We also need transistors. I did not see the recipe, so yeah, it's a teeny tiny boo-boo. We just need some speed upgrades. We just need 1 bar, so any second. Yeah, that was correct. It's fine, we just need the 1. I'm not picky. Yeah, we need it for the formation core. But that is our terminal. That should be our crafting terminal. We have the drives. Now we just need storage. Which means I need more processors. I will craft them. Yes, for the moment it doesn't really matter. We can just go with 1 case. There should be 1 more. Lovely. We have 9 of them. And this should be functioning. Oh my goodness, finally. Power for the moment is just being provided by the generator. That's it. But yeah, we finally have a decent system. Which works. Honestly speaking, it wasn't that hard. It's just that we need to fill it in. This is very nice and satisfying. A very slight problem that you might notice is that I added more discs and we're out of power. Thankfully, I just literally made everything. And I think instead of a slime ball, I can use just a honey bottle. Yeah. Potency and velocity lens. So here's how we're going to power our system. We're going to use mana. A few episodes ago, somebody was mentioning that this guy generates a decent amount of power. Why don't you use it? And well, we are going to use it. Anyways, the better mana spreader that you use, the more power this guy is going to generate. So the flux field goes there. We have a spark, which is not dominant. The only thing I didn't craft, but it's fine. We can give you some mana. Yeah, it's generating power and we're online. Not sure if the mana pool is in range, but we will see. Did I even give you a spark? Oh yeah. There you go. Yeah, it's in range. Lovely. So we shall have enough power. It's just that I'm not sure how much mana is it gonna consume. That's quite a bit. Oh, this is not great. I need mana for other stuff too. I just realized that for some time we have not been generating mana, and the reason for that is the item frame over here popped off. I don't really know how that happened. And I swear there's an Enderman here. I keep hearing him. Well, that doesn't really matter, we're generating mana, but maybe we need to improve our mana generation. Ah, you're there, you jerk. The diesel generator makes a lot of noise, I have to edit it out, so I really want to move it to the other side of the lake. And I just also made myself a drone from Pneumatic Craft. There are other ways of doing this as well, but I just wanted to learn it. So here is an active provider frame. We can put it on a chest. And here is a requester frame. Well, actually, let's put filters for them. Rotten flesh. You provide rotten flesh. and you request rotten flesh. And we put the rotten flesh inside the diamond chest. And now, if we put you down, will you deliver? You're cool. The question is, what is your range? I don't have good pipes, and the pipes from Pretty Pipes are just garbage. You're still receiving rotten flesh. Where's the drone? I don't really think it works that far. What if we have storages in the middle? With pneumatic craft, I can make it work using air pressure, but it's actually going to be way more stupid, because the distance is too much. So we're going with pipes, and this one was also hyper expensive, because it's a really long tunnel. And I mean really long. Look, it's crazy. Well, crazy for this mod pack, not in general. And yeah, that's the lake. That was a pain. You know, it is a stupid idea, but I needed some sort of a connection to the other side of the lake anyways, because, well, first off, I want to have power over here, and secondly, we want to have a few Botania contraptions over there. I don't have any space. Oh, it's still far, far away. Okay, I'm not even sure if pipes work that far. Well, this is a simple mod pack. We can go to like 16 chunks. Yeah. What can go wrong? This project actually took a very long time, but I'm quite happy with it. We're still not operational. Oh, and by the way, I need biodiesel. So I moved everything from here. We do have a few biodiesel tanks, which we're going to take. I had to make some insulating glass, and the recipe has been changed. And long story short, I have transferred everything over there. And yes, I made 2 extra squeezers and 1 more extra fermenter, because we do need to have an extra squeezer in order to make HOP graphite. So for the moment, it stays here. I should not say for the moment, that took ages. It's okay. I decided to do the wiring first before we hook up everything to power, because I do have a habit of electrocuting myself a lot. So let's see if it works. Okay, we're making power. We just need to make a few connections, and don't look down there. It's a dire wire. And it will take ages for the potatoes to arrive. But that's perfectly fine. We're not in a hurry. We can actually go and have a look. Okay, that is the wheat. Where are the potatoes? Where are the oh, okay, finally. Well, there are far better pipe upgrades, but I think at that speed, we're still fine. And we were out of nitor. Apparently it despawned. I didn't pay attention. It's not nitor, it's nitrate. No clue what the difference is. And just a bit of a progress update, the potatoes aren't here yet. Yes, finally. Move along, your majesties. I made some connectors, I made some posts, I made some wires, and I brought the power back home. We're going to use that in order to power our applied energistic system, because that guy should be able to handle everything, right? So that is our HOP graphite. I think we just have to cook it. Yeah, that should give us the ingot. And I have been hoping that I can make myself an HV accumulator. Also, this is called an acid. You burn. You do something conductive. So I shouldn't touch the wire? I need to know. So I'm conductive. We touch the wire. Cool. That was awesome. Don't go towards my crops. My beautiful body. Give me. That was perfectly fine. It was a scientific experiment. But there you go. That is my accumulator. We can have it up here, I believe, or maybe even over there. So that comes to our base, and I did not really think this through. There's not enough space, but we can put it to output, and I don't know, have a universal cable, so we don't need to burn mana. I just destroyed the mana pool, but it's fine. From now on. You know, last time that we put ancient debris around the house, I think it looked better. This time it looks weird. It's not an amazing building material, I guess. Anyways, let us try to move along. We need to make PCBs very soon, and for that we need to make etching acid. I'm not exactly sure, but I think the recipe has been changed by a teeny tiny bit. Instead of a bucket of water, you need a bucket of plastic. It's okay, we have 1 more tank of biodiesel, and we even have 2 buckets of plastic. I do need to have a better system for generating some pressure. We also have to wait for 1 bar as usual, which we don't have. It seems that we are actually generating enough air pressure. It's at 1.8, and we have 2 buckets. Don't spill it on yourself. Oops, okay. We know. The reason that I'm actually making more than 1 is that there is an etching acid tank, and I think it consumes the acid. Well, for the moment, let us get a few empty PCBs and see how everything works. This time we need a teeny tiny bit more air pressure. I think I have either done a slight miscalculation or there was something stuck in the chamber. But we have our empty PCBs. 27 of them. First they have to go inside a UV light box. You do take air pressure. I was aware of that, I just don't know how to place it. You know, I was hoping without the wrench. Okay, so we have to put them inside the UV light box. It did say don't look at it. That will slowly increase the etch success chance. Oh, it's 1 by 1. Oops. Well, we do need a few finished PCBs in order to make the assembly line. That's quite a bit. Can I have some speed upgrades? Not sure if it's faster. Oh, okay, it's faster. Etch success 100%. So we just etch you somehow? Oh, it's progressing, okay. Makes a lot of sense. It's better than dropping it on the ground. Also regarding the UV light box, can we have hoppers? Because let's be honest, I'm not gonna do this one by one. Yeah, it's 100%. Perfect. After around 150 seconds, this should be etched. Lovely. So that means I can have my first PCB. So that's it. Awesome. We can finally make the crafting terminal from pretty pipes. No. But actually, the most important thing that we can make is the engineer's blueprint. You know, for crafting components. Yeah, that's great. So by having power, having PCBs, and having the blueprint, we can finally have a floodlight. And I can start removing some of the torches, although it does require a teeny tiny bit of power, and for that I'm going to use the thermoelectric generators. And you know, we just cover everything with moth. The problem with this guy is that it has to be connected using an LV wire. And I think the signal has to be inverted. Yes. So this should light up a massive area. We don't need torches here. We can have way more, obviously. Also, it doesn't electrocute you, right? No, it does. Well, in any case, we don't care if it's daytime or nighttime anymore. So we might as well try to make the best out of it by having a starfield generator. It will look amazing during nighttime. Even though floodlights are amazing, but the most important thing that we can make is the assembly line. It's just that we need way more finished PCBs, so I'm making more capacitors. Oh, I'm out of plastic. Oops. It's okay. We get more. Very automatic. I think this is actually quite faster than automation. Although I just wanted to mention, we're not going to do it like this. After we move everything to a more permanent location, then I'll automate it. You're just giving me transistors. I do admit. I put all the garbage at the same time. More transistors. Okay, you give me all the garbage. This is actually a super important moment in pneumatic craft because we're going to make the assembly line. That's the controller. Then I have to make a lot of these things. So we can have the drill, I guess the export, the import, and I have to craft more stone. I'll be right back. I have actually been waiting for the assembly line to finish our pneumatic craft area. But we shall have the controller, that's the only thing which needs air pressure. We have the import, we have the export, I don't know, the laser, the drill, and the platform. And then obviously 2 chests for import and export. So if I give you blocks of compressed iron, you should do something. Do I have to toggle you? Oh, yes. The program. You know, it's been a while and I was wondering why the hell isn't it working. I even made myself a wrench. And then I realized it's actually the chest. It doesn't work with the iron chests. But yeah, finally we have good tubes, meaning that we can make way better compressors. And also we don't really have to do the etching process ever again. We can just do this, dump everything into the input. It's kind of fun to watch. I like this one. Yes, advanced pressure tubes, 20 bars. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye.